What's up, guys? It's George, and I just got done with my run this evening, and I wanted to answer a question that one of the most common questions that people ask on my fasting videos. I get a lot of questions. People ask that, do you fast so do you exercise while fasting? And the answer is yes. I always exercise while fasting, whether it's a juice fast, a water fast, or a dry fast, or just a regular day of eating. I exercise every single day, and that includes on days of fasting as well. I find that I just feel better when I exercise, and so regardless of whether I'm fasting or not, I still exercise. And even when you're a lot of people think fasting you're gonna have no energy to exercise, but someone that's been practicing fasting for many years, I've come to learn that I actually have more energy on the days that I'm fasting. Like today, I've been fasting all day. I haven't had anything, just water all day long, and I've been working all day, appointments, calls, and then I got home late this evening and went for a long run. And I'm loaded with energy. I feel like I could stay up and still work on a bunch of things. So I have a lot of energy on days that I'm fasting, and so I find it as a good time to implement fasting as well. Now. It wasn't always that easy to exercise while fasting, because I can remember years ago when I used to be a lot more unhealthy. I remember that I had to eat before exercising. In fact, it was like a habit. I had to have like a pre-workout type meal. It'd be like a bar. I remember I had a pre-workout bar that I would eat, or a banana and peanut butter or something. And I remember if I didn't have that I would start to get this like diabetic sensation. I would get like this this like sugar low. And I remember, I could still remember the sensation to this day. I'd be in the middle of my workouts and I would just feel this like, this drop in blood sugar where I would just feel awful. And I'm sure, some of you guys, if you've ever battled with diabetes or pre-diabetic, you know what I'm talking about. I was very close to being diabetic years ago. And so I used to have to, eat right before exercising. But over time, as I changed my diet and my lifestyle and everything, and I began practicing fasting, starting with intermittent fasting and then moving into whole day fastings, my insulin resistance improved. And now, I've been fasting for many years, and I'm able to not only fast for days and weeks at a time, but I can also exercise every single day at the same time. Now, I work with a lot of people, coach people, and this isn't typically the advice that I give to somebody that's brand new at fasting. I don't. If they're brand new to fasting, then I don't encourage them to exercise, in the beginning while fasting, just because I want the beginning period to be a learning, a trial period, to get a sensation, an understanding of the fasting experience, get to know your body, get to know yourself, without any exercise, see how you're going to feel. You may not even be able to complete a full day of fasting just yet, just depending on where you're at. So I say, in the beginning, just get the first, especially at least the first couple of days of fasting, just to see how your body reacts. And if it's a breeze, if it's no problem, if it's, if you were able to fast easily, then sure, start incorporating some exercise into it. But for many people, it's difficult in the beginning, fasting. And so, then, you can still exercise, but, be more considerate, more moderate, just do some light exercise, maybe just, going for a long walk or some yoga or some bike ride. But just listen to your body. There's no need to put yourself into a diabetic coma. Patience is key, when it comes to health. You got to be patient. And but what'll happen, the good news is that as you practice fasting and you incorporate exercise into your fasting routine, your insulin resistance will improve over time and it'll get easier. And so a good way at getting better at fasting and better at exercising while fasting is to practice intermittent fasting in the morning, where you don't eat any breakfast or anything like that, and then in the morning, first thing, exercise first thing in the morning, before you've had anything. Just wake up in the morning and just jump right into exercise. And what that'll do, that'll train your body to get used to exercising without needing any added fuel. Because if you think about it, eating before exercising actually can be like a crutch in itself. Food is, in a sense, kind of like a stimulant. And so it can be a crutch. I did my Olympic triathlon earlier this year, and I remember, everybody, all had to have all their pre-workout and mid-workout snacks and gears and everything. And I know everybody was telling me, oh, you got to get all these little squeezy things. You squeeze the gels in your mouth and this and that, and you got to, eat this right beforehand and this and that. And and everybody, had to have all their, snacks and everything with them during, and I didn't eat anything. Before it, I I just showed up at the race, boom, went. And outperformed my expectations without having any snacks, pre-workout stuff. And obviously I didn't come in first place. I wasn't shooting for first place. But like I'm saying that needing all those things before you exercise can become a crutch in a sense. Not saying that it's inherently bad to eat before you exercise. But if you guys have been following me, I'm a big guy on mindset and creating just the most bulletproof mental attitude ever. Mindset, regardless of what is necessarily the best for physical performance. I care more about having a bulletproof mindset, and so that's why I like to try to reduce crutches for my life and things that are going to hold me back as much as possible. That's why I've actually been training myself to exercise more without listening to music. I've been, because even in a sense, even music listen to exercise can be a crutch. Because what if you need to exercise without any music? I know before in the past, it was like if I went to the gym and I forgot my headsets at home, it was like, oh no, and I had to go all the way home and get my headsets because, oh my gosh, I couldn't work out without music, God forbid. And so I've been training myself now more to exercise without music. And so what I'm building up, I'm listening now. Instead of listening to music, I'm listening to lectures. Just like educational lecture. I love listening to lectures, like great speeches and things that I can learn from. And then also I'm doing some runs where I don't have any headsets on at all. It's just my own thoughts. And that's been a stretch for me because I've always worked out with music. And I'm not saying I'm going to give up listening to music completely while exercising, but not getting off topic here. But food can become a crutch as well, where if you absolutely need to have a pre-workout, you got to have your snack before you exercise, that's a crutch. So then what if you can't have that snack? What if you can't have that pre-workout? Could you still exercise? Could you still work out? And so I like to be able to train myself to be able to exercise regardless, with or without needing anything else. Just to be able to get out there and just go do it. Again, working on this guy right here. So be patient. Yes, long-winded answered question, but yes, I absolutely always exercise while fasting, regardless of what kind of fast it is, regardless of how long I'm fasting for. I still exercise. How hard that I exercise on those days, it just, I listen to my body, and to me, something is always better than nothing. So if I'm just not feeling my best self, then I'll just, I'll just do a lighter workout then. I trust myself that, hey, maybe there's a reason I need to rest a little bit more, but I always have the attitude that something is better than nothing. So I still force myself to get out there, and I usually end up doing more than I'll tell myself, just because once you get out there, the momentum starts going and you start getting into it. But in the beginning, if you're new to fasting, just get out there, just do it, just start, just learn the experience of fasting. And if you want to do a little exercise, just do some light exercise. Listen to your body. This isn't a competition, a race. And just know, over time, you'll get better at it. It'll get easier, and before you know it, as the time goes on, and you've done many fasts, then you'll be able to not only fast no problem, but you'll be able to exercise exercise while fasting, which to me is really cool because it's almost kind of like you're defying science. It's like it's like you're doing the impossible. I love that feeling of getting out there and just doing a long workout, knowing that I haven't eaten in days, and it's just like, everybody that hears that and knows about that, it's like their mind blows. They can't believe it. So to me, it's kind of like a thrill knowing that I'm like defying science, defying the odds. And again, I think it builds up a sensation of trust within you, knowing that your brain has the ability to produce the necessary chemicals that you need to give you the energy to keep going. You know, a champion is someone who keeps going even when there's no gas left in the tank. And so that's why I like exercising while fasting, because I like to prove to myself, you know, hey, that I'm a champion, that I can keep going even when there's no gas left in the tank, that I can create that invisible energy out of nowhere, that, you know, I have the ability to self-generate my own energy, my own feel-good emotions. I can, you know, I'm constantly learning about how to tap into the brain to be able to produce my own chemicals, and giving my body what it's needing to go the extra mile and to go beyond what is typical and what is normal. So yes, guys, I highly do recommend exercise while fasting. Like I said in the beginning, if you're new to it, then, you know, be patient. Just get down, you know, experiment with just fasting by itself first. But if you have been fasting for a while and you're comfortable with fasting, and you're used to having a pre-workout and you're used to having a snack or eating before exercise, then experiment with without, you know, without eating anything and then working out. You know, and one of the best ways to do it is just in the morning. You know, get up, no eating or anything like that, and just jump right into your exercise, and you'll get, you know, before you know it, you'll probably find that it's you prefer exercising that way than you do with having that pre-workout and all those food and things like that. I find that I have more energy and I give better workouts when I exercise in a fasted state than when I exercise having eaten food. Just something magical about having a, you know, a clean body, you know, clean insides, and it's just you and your mindset, and you know, that champion attitude pushing you out there. So if you have any questions about this, leave a comment below, and until next time, guys, have a great night. Let's make it a great week, a great month, a great year. Let's make it a great life. See ya.